Hello and welcome to another video of Archons Only, where we try to beat Genshin Impact using only Archon characters. So just a reminder, we just turned a year old and the 5 Walkins giveaway is still going on, so I hope that you participate and let's see who is the winner of this precious prize. So again, thank you for supporting me all this time, and this is my way to give you back what you gave it to me all these different episodes and especially this last year. So with that, let's continue with the video. So as you can see, we're still doing Nahida's Archon quest. We are actually, I would say, in the end of it. We are just about to defeat or try to fight, in theory, for the first time to Scaramouche in goat mode. But if you've seen my way to build Nahida, we actually need to use these boss materials to level her up. So in the end, luckily, due to the way that you can quick start these boss domains without doing the quests, we're able to pre-farm or at least obtain the different materials for Nahida's talent ascension. So in the end, luckily for that, we didn't have to do the whole Archon quest for Sumeru without and then we have to wait for Nahida. So that was a good thing that they incorporated. I think it was around the time where we were able to get, I don't know if a Raiden Shogun, but for sure Nahida. So then I was really happy about that, especially when we need to level up the talents. So if you remember, by now all our talents are 10 10 10 for all of our Archons. So basically what we need to farm from the daily bosses is not something that we need to do. I know that I started farming some things for Zhongli. I wish some of them are already available for Mavuika, but I realized that I farmed the wrong one for Zhongli. And it's so sad because I got so many of them. I was farming Ashtaha, and in the end he needs Tartaglia. So I got so many of the Ashtahas that I cannot use because there is no point of using them. Because none of my characters really needs them, so I don't even can convert them to another one. So sadly, it's something that will remain as a funny joke, and I will have a lot of them in my inventory, but I actually don't need them. And the same is we need to wait for Mavuika. I wish we know what's going to be that. It's already, I think it's not even available right now to get it, but if we are able to get it, I was still farming it way beforehand. So we will see what's going to happen. But yeah, I feel that that's the situation right now. And there's going to be a time where although I farm a lot of them for Zhongli, then I would not need them. So again, what are we going to do with our weekly bosses? Maybe we should stop doing them. Maybe we should keep doing some of them, because we can get dream solvents, we can get some of the weapon billets, and that could be really useful for us if we want to build specifically like 4-star weapons or craftable weapons, maybe from now, maybe from the past, maybe from the future, who knows. But at the same time, at some point I want to get 5-star weapons for all the characters, so then that could also be another problem. So going back to the banners, I found out that Zhongli is being predicted to rerun the next patch, so that could be fun to do it. We still need to get some Primogems to actually pull for them, because we want to pull for Nahida's weapon. I hope we get her at the first. If not, I don't want to go to like full PT for them. I don't feel that's worth it. Maybe I'm going to stop if we don't get them at the first time, but we will see how long does it takes us to get and how many Primogems we have left, because after we need to pull for Zhongli, and then after that we got Mavuika. So it's going to be like wishing heavy. And again, my priorities are to get Zhongli. We are, I think, really not much into PT in the characters banner, and we need to win there 50-50. In the weapons, we have a little bit more PT build up, so I'm not crazy about losing the 50-50. Especially if it comes early. But again, like, our priorities are to get characters, and Zhongli is going to be my main priority of this. So we will see how it goes and how many permissions we spend. I think we have enough to get a guarantee 5-star, but if we use them for a weapon, I don't think we're going to have that guarantee for us. Maybe they're nice to us, and I know that there is some skewing on the wishes. I don't know if this is proof or not, but in my opinion, every time that you pull, like you have two characters face to face, the one with the highest pull rate, or the one that's expected to get more wishes, it's always losing the 50-50, or at least in my case. This is what happened with Arlecchino and, and everything like that. But for example, when we tried to pull for Venti, we got it because no one was pulling for Venti. So this could be actually a good idea or a good surprise of it. Maybe if we pull for Zhongli instead of Nubilet, that's the other one that's going to think to be rerunning, maybe then we can actually um, use them and get it so easily. Let's see what happens. It's been so long since I pulled for any character that it's going to take some time. I think Nahida was the last one, and we lost the 50-50 on Nahida's banner, basically. We also lost the 50-50 on Raiden Shogun, another thing. I wonder if I'm going to get like that new animation where you lost the 50-50 but you get a new one. I don't know. I don't remember what happened with Furina. Did we won the 50-50 or did we lose it? I know that Venti we won it. We got him so early, but I don't remember what happened with Furina. I need to go back and see my wishing sessions and see what happens. But yeah, I feel that's going to be the status of the game right now, especially for this account. I feel that great things are going to show up, and I feel that taking your feedback back, I might try to cut some content, some boring content, for example, the weekly events of fighting that people don't like, and maybe try to do things that are more tailored to this account. The problem with this is that I'm going to run out of content, so maybe in the future I might only going to release maybe a video per week. We will see what happens with both accounts. Or maybe try to do things more related to the actuality. So, for example, if we get a new wishing banner, focus on that. If we get a new event that we can use, focus on that. If we get, I don't know, anything else, a new patch, a new Archon quest, focus on that. So we will see what that's going to look like. I know that there is a lot of time to think about that, but for now, I might need to think how this whole channel is going to change. Especially, we are reaching the end of the year, we are reaching a year of this account, and we're reaching a new year coming suddenly. So basically, maybe it's a good time to like reflect on this account, where it's going to go, and how fun I am having with these challenges by now. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. This is when we start to fight Scaramouche. I feel like the animations they're having here are really, really crazily pretty. It actually shows the intensity of, or the power of Nahida. I feel that before of this, they show her as a really weak Archon, and Scaramouche even says it, that we are fighting for her because she's weak. And that Scaramouche is stronger, and that's why he's the best Archon, or the Archon's going to replace her. But at the same time, then she shows up like how she's using knowledge and how she's using all the things to really be a better or stronger Archon. Like, she's not a stronger Archon in the way that she could fight, like Mavuika does, for example, but she's a strong, or Raiden Shogun, but she's a stronger Archon in the way that she can alter realities and collect information and repeat the cycles and all the crazy things that she can do. So I feel that they give a own twist on power. It's basically thinking that knowledge is power, and I think that's basically what this whole Archon quest is focused on. So I really like that idea that not everything is like physical strength, and it's showing that knowledge beat power, especially with Scaramouche. Although Scaramouche is already, I think he's not in the god level by this point. I think he was not completed. I don't know what was going to happen if he was completed. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel that's what they were hinting, that he was not actually ready to be the Archon, that we arrived early, and that's why this is happening. The other thing I want to address is that mascot that Nahida made is so weird. I don't know why she needed to make it, or why she needed to offer to us. I don't know who thought about this whole idea, during the design and everything, but I feel it's so awkward. It reminds me of these like goats with only one eye with a cyclop goats that I think they happen naturally because they start eating a plant or something like that. So it really reminds me of that. I don't know if it's intended or not, but I feel it's so funny to see. I think that's how they discover, I think, a drug that was extracted from this plant. I don't know. There's something weird with that, but I think you can Google it and you can find it, and it's going to be so similar to that. I don't know. It feels like it was a weird design choice, and I don't know if it was like for a comedical effect or something, but I feel that if you check Scaramouche build and you check then Furina side, it's like so funny to see. So again, I want to hear your opinions on what do you think this channel should go, if it should change everything or anything from now on. What would like to see? What would you like to see? And would you like me to focus more on Archon Quest or on events or in building characters, doing the Abyss, try the different Abyss cycles and see how that goes? Do you want to see these kind of old videos in the end because like this is not present times, or would you like to prefer to see things that are happening right now and should avoid old videos or maybe put the old videos on patches where we don't have any interesting thing to do? So yeah, I would like to see what do you think and what do you think we are missing. Of course, we're missing characters. I really want to see. I'm really keen to see what happens when we get two more Archons, if we get them. But ideally, would be to get Zhongli and to get Mavuika, and see how our account changed on that. I feel that the Spiral Abyss is going to be so much fun with more characters. Maybe we can actually get the 9 stars in the floor 12, and that would be a really great goal for us to try to get that. Probably need to build them a little bit more, and that's going to take some time. But I would really like to see if we can improve our damage in Spiral Abyss. I feel that's going to be a good way to measure our output because we are struggling now in the latest floors because we have only two characters on each side. One side can heal, one side cannot heal, and I feel that that's also making us having some problems. If we get Zhongli with the shields, maybe we don't heal, but we have a huge shield that's going to help us survive. So yeah, let me know what you think. But I feel that's going to be a great output of our power, or at least a power creep. I don't know how Mavuika is going to play. I hope she's a main DPS, because that's what we need. I know Archons tend to be supports, and Fatuis tend to be main DPSs, but I feel that it's something that we really need. It's something that we actually need to become stronger. I want to replace venti as a main DPS basically for another character, and if it's Mavuika, it's going to be so great because like she's a Claymore character, she could hit so hard. We need to see what her kit is going to be, but that's going to be up to the following patches to actually see what happens. But yeah, I feel that that could be a good idea and a good way to build them. And a good goal to have to try to pull them for them before the last nation that it's Snetsaya arrives, and we then need to get a new a new Archon and also maybe a new Fatui. But that would be fun. Particularly in this cinematic, I thought that my memory was glitching because I actually thought that we saw how the Dendro Gnosis looked like. And especially because Scaramouche reached into her to actually pull out the Gnosis. And I was really surprised to actually see that that's not the case, that we never see the Dendro Gnosis. So I wonder what chess piece the Gnosis is. I know that they mentioned that the chess pieces look like, or at least they are similar to the position that they occupied in the loading screen. So that means that it's actually related to that order. So maybe they hint that Dendro is a bishop, or I don't know, we will see. But the other thing that I found really interesting, and I went into a rabbit hole with this, but there was someone saying that the whole plot of Genshin Impact was actually leaked because it was based on a Russian game against a machine, a Russian chess game, or a Russian player get a chess game against a machine, and they show like when did they win, when did they draw, when did they tie, when did they lose, and in theory the different pieces that they show, they're actually based on the pieces that are left, and they're trying to figure out what it is. And I think every time on this game, the king is the I think it's the gnosis or something like that. Um, Maybe not, but I feel like it's really really interesting to see that idea that everything is based on a chess game, and we know that the chess is important since we see the Fatuis playing chess, and one of them is Signora when she dies and everything. So I feel like that's really funny to actually see it. And the interesting thing is that I mentioned that every chess piece on each game is different. So not every chess piece is always the same through different games. So it means like you have different players having a role in the different nations, or both from the Fatuis and also from the Archon side, or the good side. So I feel that that's a really interesting concept that they show, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories about what's going to happen. And I feel that's going to be so much fun to learn about these ideas. I feel like they use a lot of weird lore into this game, because for one point you have like the demons with the names of the archons, and then you have the I think it's comedy of art from the Fatui side with the name of the Fatuis, and then you have this chess game. So I don't know where they're getting all these ideas, but I'm full into it. I really love what they say, what they have and what they use from different I would say cultures or historical pieces, and I feel like this is really really great. And especially like then they go deeper into each nation to have other things playing a role into each nation, so they have even specific ideas like the yokais or different things on inazuma and such. So yeah, I feel like their lore is really interesting, and I've also been also hearing to other videos talking about how the different games are connected, and maybe some of the things that they hinted are actually from other games from Honkai, for example, and which is insane. I never played those games, but what I heard is like they seem consistent with some of the characters that they use and what they could mean and how they are, like the lores are related. So yeah, I feel that that's something really really fun to hear and to learn more about. Maybe I should start playing the other games. I wish I had all the time in the world to actually do it. But as I told you before, I have a real job that does not involve video games, and I'm playing video games on my free time. So yeah. Well, the other thing I'm really happy about this is that we already fought this enemy or this boss, so we know what to do. I'm happy to know that we can use Nahida to break the last robots, because that's going to give us a lot of help into defeating him, so, or at least into inactivate him. If you not do it on time, then what happens is that you're not able to do it, and one of your characters automatically die, and then you need to continue breaking the shield and making him suffer. So yeah, I feel that that's a funny thing that luckily Nahida can solve. I'm never going to be able to do it in any other account, for example Fatui only, but I don't think any Fatui needs this character or needs this boss. Maybe Scaramouche? It would be ironic that he needs this, but we will see what he needs when we get him, if we get him at some point. So yeah, that's basically where we are right now. We can defeat him, and this is going to put an end on this quest, and then we get, of course, more animations that are, I feel, really really interesting. Here is when we see for the first time the electrognosis. And in my head, I think it was a horse, but maybe it's not a horse. Let's see what it is. She looks so small compared to the Scaramouche robot. I don't know why he was using a robot. It's because he's also a puppet? I don't know. What's the whole point of it? Oh yeah, it's not a horse. It looks like a bishop. Maybe it's a bishop. I don't know why I thought it was a horse. So the interesting part is that now Nahida has 2 Gnosis. This is not going to last forever. I don't think I'm going to include this at some point. Although I feel like the interactions are really great and I really love Dotori. They talk so much that I don't think it's going to be important. Maybe it will be important for Fatui only to try to showcase that, but it's going to be a long time until we reach that part. But I feel that during the conversation, I think she gave up the 2 Gnosis, so it means like both of them are still in possession of the Fatuish, which it could be a good thing or a bad thing. I feel like Natlan is going to change a little bit. How do we think about the Fatuis, or at least the specific Fatuis that we interact with? But at least that's something that it's going to change through time. So I think this is going to be the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you really like it. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye.